When I need a break from chopping down those 4,000-year-old redwoods, I turn to lumberjack cigarettes. The pure taste of burning leaves. When you want to feel that tar going deep into your lungs, try lumberjack cigarettes.
Lumberjacks are swell and they make your clothes smell. Above and beneath, they leave stains on your teeth. Pick the leaves of dead tobacco, chop 'em up for lumberjacko, rolled up tight and lit on fire. Suck 'em down till you expire, so when you get yens for those carcinogens, the lumberjacks you bought taste like cigarettes ought.
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey, parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Nap Time's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Nap Time's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Nap Time works in any situation. On the golf course. on awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to nap time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime Solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more. Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar,
I feel pregnant.
then don't wait. Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying,
Thanks, nap time.
Thanks, nap time.
Thanks, nap time.
Nap time, when they just won't shut up. Nap time is not legal in the following states.
Oh, yeah, I know all about the FCC. They will clean up all your talking in a manner such as this. They will make you take a tinkle when you want to take a piss.
And they'll make you call fellatio a trouser-friendly kiss.
Here's the plain situation. There's no negotiation with the fellas at the freaking FCC. They're as stuffy as the stuffiest of special interest groups. Make a joke about your bowels and they order in the troops.
Any baby with a brain could tell them everybody poops.
Take a tip, take a lesson. You'll never win by messing with the fellas at the freaking FCC. And if you find yourself with some young sexy thing, you're gonna have to do her with your ding-a-ling. 'Cause you can't say penis. So they sent this little warning. They're prepared to do their worst. And they stuck it in your mailbox, hoping you could be coerced.
I can think of quite another place they should have stuck it first.
They may just be neurotic or possibly psychotic. They're the fellas at the freaking FCC.
Live from the Raw Talk Studios in Southwest Florida, it's the Charles Richardson Show.
And happy Wednesday, everybody. Wednesday evening, that is. 8:04 p.m. here in the States. But all the way over there in Kangaroo Land, Australia, they're waking up with us. Over there on Dare Media. What is going on? Good morning over there. Dare Media, make sure you tune in over there. Also, it is, I got to keep all the tabs all this time. It's about 1 a.m. in the UK. And we're there on the glorious Up Yours Network. It's perfect. It's made for the show. The Up Yours Network. Make sure you tune in there. We're here in the States, by the way, on the Internet Radio Network, irnbroadcast.com here in Tampa. And we're also up there at IPMNation.com up in New Hampshire. Welcome to all. Well, of course, we're video live on Facebook and YouTube. This, I think we're on YouTube. Doesn't show statistics on YouTube. What's going on? Now I'm worried. Did me doing things about Crazy Joe get me banned off YouTube? Where am I? View your channel. Come on. Show some. There it is. Yeah, I'm live. All right. Damn it. Anyway, before we go ahead and introduce our panel, I want to let you know about W Energy. It is the main sponsor of the show. Need a boost without the crash? Well, of course everybody does. That's how every energy drink does. But W Energy does it. Clean energy, laser sharp focus, and great flavor, all without the sugar and crap you find in ordinary energy drinks. That's right. Red Bull's got nothing on W. Whether you're gaming, working, hitting the gym, or just trying to make it through the day, kind of like somebody in this panel, W's got your back. Head over to W.GG and fuel your day the smarter way. And when you do, when you do, I'm sorry, I watched Good Morning Vietnam. Can't get that phrase out of my head. But anyway, when you go to checkout, be sure to use promo code Richardson Show and save 10% off your entire ticket. That's right. W.GG. Don't forget the promo code Richardson Show for an extra 10% off. Stay focused and stay W. Woo! All right, that's it. At the end of the show. Thank you very much for coming.
That's all, folks.
Okay, I need some oxygen. Let me go ahead and introduce, of course, everybody knows Alyssa right down there on the bottom right.
Hello.
And joining us today, trying this new show out. She's very interested, very, very interested in how we do things here. She is one of the many that answered our ad on Indeed. She was the only one. Actually, no, I take that back. You actually did think this was getting paid, like everybody else did. I totally screwed up. I had to take down the ad.
And I still showed up.
You still showed up. You still were intrigued. Say hello, everybody, to Deb. Deb, how you doing?
Hey, nice to meet everybody, and thank you so much for having me on here. We're hopefully going to have a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah, that's the goal. Now, if there's no fun, I can't say that you get your money back or the money back guarantee or anything like that. That's there's nothing. Come back up. But Deb, for whatever reason, Deb was over here. She's been communicating with me throughout the week. Number one, sounds nervous. Sounds like she's very nervous. I've never done anything like this before. It's like, no, nobody has. Not many people, unless you were part of the Howard Stern show, nobody's really done this. And I take that back. Howard Stern actually have a script. They have a script of the show. I tell Deb, it's like, yeah, they do actually. Yeah, he has so many.
It sounds so off the cuff.
It does. It does. That's how good he is. But no, I told Deb, it's like this literally is we're slinging stories from the hip. We're slinging the stories, and that's kind of what we're doing tonight. You know, we do have I'd say we got the lottery to talk about here shortly, but she's been like, I'm doing my research. She's doing.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody knows me, I like to go in prepared. I like to have a plan. I'm not so off the cuff, but then a few minutes beforehand, I said, forget this. We'll just see what happens today.
This is going to be a crash course for Deb. It's going to be a crash. I don't know if we'll see her next week. I don't know.
Otherwise, you bounce me out. You'll bounce me off the screen.
No, I'm not. No. This is going to be completely up to you. There's the threshold for me with a co-host. Literally is not. It's large. You have to do something or just be not interactive at all. And then it's like at the show at the halfway point when I go ahead and do the break, I'm like, yeah, this ain't working out. Or I'll be professional. At least wait till the end of the show. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and kick somebody off the air like that. And Deb doesn't know anything about this, but like I had been kicked off this wrestling show that I was a co-host of, they kicked me off for no reason. They kicked me off. And it's like they didn't tell me why. I had to basically say, what did I do? And he finally made up some bullshit excuse. But whatever.
Yeah, that sucks.
It is what it is. But I will at least, if it doesn't work out with Deb, I want you at least to go ahead and follow her because she does have some social media on there. She does have a purpose for being on social media. And Deb, I want you to get out of the way right now. I want you to go ahead and tell people a little bit about you and what you represent.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much. Deb Coviello. If you listen to my voice long enough, you'll notice an East Coast accent. I'm actually a Jersey girl, but got transplanted out to the Midwest about 13 years ago. It was a great opportunity. But honestly, manufacturing, operational excellence professional. Yes, I'm a geek. I'm an engineer, but it's one of those things that there's always been a part of me that's been a creative. One of those things that when I was a little kid, I would dance, I would be in plays, I would sing. And it's one of those things when I got out of that corporate nest, and mind you, there's a lot of benefits in being in corporate America. I realized there was so much more to being versus just doing. And in a corporate environment, again, no knocks to it. I've learned a lot, lots of benefits. But when I got out on my own, I said, I need to kind of like let people know I'm here. I need to stand at the top of a mountain and say, it's Deb Coviello. I am the drop-in CEO. I'm here to help businesses. And with that, I said I wanted to start a podcast. So I created the Drop In CEO podcast, 550 episodes, 6, 7 years in the making. You can't shut me up. And I also love interviewing people, but it's always interesting when you're on the other side of listening or being the guest. But it's not often that I've been a co host. So being creative, taking a little bit of a risk, I decided to say, I would like to try this out with Charles and his wife, Alyssa, and see if I can provide any insight, entertainment value, and just reach the audience. Again, that's mainly what I'm about, is connecting with humanity and seeing how we can create something a little bit better together. So we'll see how it goes.
And your Facebook page here, Illumination Partners LLC, is a page that they can follow.
No, actually, yeah, you might find it there. That's my business entity, but it's like ho hum, even though there's meaning to me about it. Follow the Drop In CEO. That is my brand. So I have on LinkedIn, it's Drop In CEO. I have the Drop In CEO podcast. There's the Drop In CEO YouTube channel. Did I say Drop In CEO? That's where you should find me for me on all the different social media platforms. Though I think I'm walking away from Twitter, not getting any traction there.
Nothing in Twitter, really.
Well, it's just my peeps aren't there, or I'm not entertaining enough there.
Now, Drop In CEO, it's not the Drop In CEO, it's just Drop In CEO. That's how they can find you?
Actually, my tag, if they type in Drop In CEO, you will find me all over social media. I kind of rise to the top above a lot of the CEOs, but Drop In CEO, the trademark is actually the Drop In CEO. So don't try to copy it. We'll see you in court.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we don't want to. All right, hashtag Drop In CEO. Go ahead and take a look at that there. You wouldn't be like, trying to do like an Apprentice TV show or anything like that, or a podcast, would you? Or something like that? You're not trying to take Donald Trump's old job. If you want, great.
He's one of a kind. But anyway, I'm one of a kind too. But you know what? You never know what'll happen here. You just gave me an idea. Maybe that's something that I start doing on my own show. So who knows what good things will come out of this.
All right. There you go, Deb. Thank you very much for promoting everything like that. We basically want at least get some traction with you guys. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Make sure you go ahead and hashtag Drop In CEO, not on Twitter or X as they call it now. Not on Twitter, everything else, but not on Twitter.
Yeah, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You'll see me there doing crazy stuff, trying to get attention.
No, that's the way to do it. Starsky is in there in the house asking, what are we all doing? We're doing a show, Starsky. Starsky from the Just for Fun radio family. Thank you very much for tuning in, Starsky. The phone number you can dial in, it's 813-699-5595. So make sure you go ahead and if you have something to say, want to say it, you can do it by chat. We're welcoming chat for Facebook and YouTube. And if you want to call in, you can call in too. It's up to you. We're multi-deadly, so to speak. All right, let's get to money, because money has been the issue that we all suffer from. And I'm Deb, so I'm probably going to be able to help do it a lot better than playing 5 numbers in a mega ball. But somebody in Florida finally went ahead and won an $800 million jackpot sold in Bradenton. Do we know anybody in Bradenton, hon?
Actually, yes.
Okay, call them up now.
I don't think they won the lottery, though.
How do you know?
I just don't think so.
Well, listen, that's a very negative attitude. We need to find out. We need to find out if they won. Anyway, so take it for $800 million. Now, the one thing I have a problem with the Mega Millions is they went up in their ticket pricing. So it used to be, now way back in the day, it used to be $1 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went to $2 a ticket. And recently, is like a couple of years ago, Mega Millions said, you know what? Screw you. $5 a ticket. I'm like, oh, nay. I am not playing Mega Millions anymore. I'll stick to Powerball. Powerball's still 2.
Yep.
And actually, that's what I got riding right now. It's $663 million up for grabs. I got about $40 riding on it tonight. Anywho, the $800 Mega Million, Mega Millions. I keep getting too confused. My God. They want an estimated $800 million. Now, here's the thing. Are they going to see $800 million? No, they're not. They're probably going to see 300 if that. Now, after taxes and everything, good luck. We'll see how it goes. It just keeps going down and down. Anyway, regardless, they're millionaires, like mega millionaires. So congratulations. You guys suck. It was the 10th largest grand prize in the promotion's history. The numbers drawn for Tuesday were 34, 48, 49, 59, 70, and the Mega Ball. So if I played my current age, next year my age, and some random ass numbers, I wouldn't know. And 12 12 would have been Tom Brady. I would have played 12 that. I did play 12 in the Powerball. But
I played last night, and I'm still here, so I didn't win last night.
Oh, I would still be here too. The only thing is I'd probably do it like Monday through Friday and retire from actually working. That's the only thing. I'd still be here. That's fine. But yeah, it's like if anybody, and actually, I take that back. I would still be here, and then I'd probably make this co-host job a paid gig.
Woohoo!
There we go.
Buy more tickets, please.
Yeah. Yes, you would still
I'm praying
be
for you. I'm praying for you.
Oh man, and that was a sad story. That's all they wrote about it. They didn't say who won. Well, of course they're gonna hide.
They're not going to tell you who won.
They should.
What about the company or the gas station that sold it? You should be celebrating for them. They're gonna
Yeah, usually they do mention that.
So it was it was a Wawa in Bradenton, a Wawa gas station. So I know that on another article, this WFTV one is crap. But anyway, I did know that Wawa was the store that sold the winning ticket. Now, you're asking, who cares? You're right. Who cares? The big one is, the next big one here is the $663 million Powerball. That's the one your daddy is looking at right now. That's the one you're looking at right now. So, now, of course, I don't have the statistics of the $800 million, but here's what the $663 million would get. If you went ahead and did the 30-year payout, which nobody freaking does, you would get an estimate of $22 million a year, which is about 500 something million. Now, if you went ahead, I take that back. So Florida, since there's no state tax here, $419 million out of a $663 million pot after taxes, total after 30 years, as long as the state doesn't go bankrupt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I take the cash out, the big lump sum. The lump sum of $663 million before taxes, and I don't understand how they did this, before taxes is $290,400,000.
Where'd all the money go?
Thank you. Where did it go? I have no idea. So minus 24% in federal taxes, minus 13% in additional federal taxes. They don't even say how much. 37% total. You get a grand total of $182 million, almost $183 million. Which, listen, no, it's not $663 million. I get it. I'm very disappointed. I'm not going to be able to buy my famous football team. But I think $183 million, I think I'll be able to survive pretty good there. I think I will. And Florida doesn't have any tax. Deb, what state are you in?
I live in Ohio right now.
Ohio.
Ohio.
So if you were the lucky winner, Ohio would be taxed 2.75%. You would get a net payout of $175 million. So you'd be another $9 million.
I'm not going to play now. That's not enough.
Yeah, exactly. How would that be enough?
I know.
With the way the cost of living is, you probably maybe could survive 6 months on that. You know, all the luxury cars that you have to buy and all the big expensive houses you have to buy. And of course, you have to take care of family. Yeah, it ain't gonna last long.
Absolutely. Got to pay off everybody's debt in the family. And I don't know if I could even possibly spend that kind of money.
My debt alone is about $100 million. So, I mean, it's just imagine that. My credit's in the negative. So that's that will come in very handy for me. No, seriously, I am a big dreamer, and I've said this multiple times on the show. Every time the jackpot gets this big, actually, when the jackpot even got to 300 mil, 200 mil, 300 mil, I'm still like, you know what? All I need is 25 to 30 mil put away in recurring interest. So ChatGPT's been my friend. I'm not sure how you feel about ChatGPT.
Oh, they're my buddy, but I got to be careful. I'm still building trust with it.
Yep. You're building the algorithm, right?
Right.
So I went ahead and asked ChatGPT, how much, like, I'm over here thinking 45 to 50,000 a month. I'll tell you how I got there in a second. How much would I need to put away to live, to get after interest and after taxes and all that garbage? How much would I need to put away to get that amount of money every month consistently? Now, it does depend on the market. They say it's between 3 and 5% interest.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the worst 3%, 30 million, you're set for life. You will get 50 grand, 45 grand, 50 grand every month off interest that you can live off of.
Oh my.
30 million, well, you know what? Say 40 because I want to get a house, I want to get some cars, I want some extra scratch money to put away. This 30 million I don't want to touch. I don't want to see it until it's time to go ahead and deduct it monthly. And see, that's what a lot of people don't get. It's like, oh my God, I have all this money now. It's a spending spree. Now I can just spend as much as I want when I want. That's not me. So how I got to that number was I said, ChatGPT, I need a 4,000 to 5,000 square foot house, pool, car. How much would my utilities be every month? And they took in everything: house tax, state tax, electricity, water, pool maintenance.
I was just going to say the pool.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have a pool here in Florida.
Of course. Yeah, I've been there.
But you're going to have a pool chick or a pool guy to come and clean it. I ain't getting my ass to clean that thing. You go at they're coming a couple of times a week to go ahead and put salt in. I want a saltwater pool. To put salt in it and everything like that, cage, lawn maintenance. I'm not getting out there to cut the grass. Are you kidding me? Screw that. Somebody needs to cut the grass. Everything put aside, about 25,000 a month. Internet, cable TV, all that. And I'm talking about, again, all the premium channels. All of them. 25,000 a month.
So you realize you're manifesting in real time right now, that when you manifest and you can actually see it, it's going to happen. So do you have an alternative, a stand-in for yourself, Charles, in case you do? And it's like, see ya, I'm out of here.
See, that's the problem. Is I've seen this so many different ways and so many times. It hasn't happened yet. I'm over here thinking it's like I see it, I feel it, I want to taste it. Now, and it's just make it happen. I mean, I wanted to have that party bus going to Tallahassee, getting that humongous check. I just want it on a game show. Hold it there. You get my ugly mug, taking a snapshot. Like, this is me. I won. And then, of course, then comes the paranoia of who's going to go ahead and steal my identity. Who's going to go ahead and hack into my many bank accounts?
Who's going to try to screw you there?
Right. Who's going to do it?
Is it worth it?
Oh yeah, it's still worth it. Oh yeah, no, Dan, what the hell are you talking about? And yes, it's still worth it. Absolutely. See, the thing is that the FDIC, I think what their maximum is 250,000 per account.
Okay.
I would just need to open a lot of accounts. Offshore accounts,
onshore, offshore,
offshore, Mars, whatever. I just need to open them all up. But it's still, listen, I'd find the best security. Give me that ID theft shit that they do, like the identity theft stuff. I forget what their name is, but it's a good one.
Well, you've inspired me. I did get a ticket yesterday.
or
I didn't
whatever.
win. Yeah.
Life. That's it.
LifeLock?
LifeLock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd get whatever. They say they cover $1 million. No. I need you to cover like 15 million, not 1 million. Don't be cheap like that. Don't be a cheap bastard on me. You need to cover 15 million. That's what you need to cover. But yeah, I mean, come on, like famous people do it, and famous people are more publicly known than me. So they have to have some way to go ahead and protect their benefits or something like that. I don't know, some type of trust. But
well, I just know you've inspired me. I'm going to start playing the lottery a little bit more. I mean, I enjoy this conversation now, but winning the lottery would be mighty nice.
it would be. It absolutely would be. Now, would it be just as good if I just won $6 million? Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't be set for life. I'll be honest with you. $6 million, I don't think would last me the rest of my life. It wouldn't. I would still need to work-ish, part-time-ish, maybe. Or definitely live a very, very modest lifestyle, like kind of the way I do now. But yeah, I mean, it's still it would be a blessing for anybody. And that punk that got that 800 million, I'm going to find you. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to find you. I mean, they're close enough. I mean, I can just take a drive up there. I'm only an hour away from Bradenton.
Oh my God.
I'll take a trip up there. I'll take a trip to Wawa. Who was it? Show me the footage. Or I'll come and dress as the cop. I need to see your security footage. When was this ticket purchased? Got it. I'm going to find out, face ID them, and just... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I didn't do it. I'm not doing it. I promise you I'm not going to do it. Now everybody's got me on tape saying I'm going to do it. I'm not. I promise. Isaac Banks is in the chat. Says, who's the lady? I think she's taken for it. I mean, Isaac, you don't have a chance anyway. But her name is Deb, and she is here filling in for Ashley. Ashley, by the way, get better soon. Hopefully everything works out. And of course, like I said, you're welcome to come on, even with Deb, even if Deb does stay.
If you'll have me,
yeah,
if you'll keep me, depends on what the audience says. We could take a poll.
Be 3 women versus 1, but still, it's okay. I mean, I'll be all right. I'll live. I'll survive. But anyway, that's tonight. So you'll hear excitement. No, you won't hear excitement. I'm going to keep it quiet. But about 10:59 or something, they do the drawing. I'll keep an eye out for it. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. All right. Let's get some real crazy news here. Speaking of lottery, a past winner of the Powerball who won a $167 million prize, you rat bastard, has ended up in jail for the 4th time. Not in his life. He's ended up in jail for the 4th time since winning the jackpot. Now, I got to check my willpower and self-esteem. Am I going to get arrested 4 times after winning this big thing? Because I'm taking home pretty close to that amount. So it's like, I don't know.
I wonder what he said to the cop.
It wasn't me. In Scott County, Kentucky, obviously he didn't move. He wanted to stay in that shithole. In Scott County, Kentucky, a man found himself in trouble with the law once again after winning Kentucky's $167 million Powerball last year. 1 year, 4 times arrested.
1 year?
1 year. Kentucky police say James Farting. Yeah.
Really?
Farting. Wow. Yeah, I would want to jump in jail too. He's 51 years old and was arrested Monday for domestic violence after allegedly assaulting a woman the day prior. According to the police, the female victim reported a verbal argument turned physical when Farting began strangling with her. Oh, no. With marks visible to the woman's neck. The charges included strangulation and assault, both domestic violence. 51-year-old appeared on Tuesday at the Scott County District Court, where he pled not guilty to the charges. Farthing's bond was set at $15,000, with the judge saying the decision was based on his charges and risk level. The Kentucky man had been required to wear a monitoring device, which I'm sure he could afford, to alert the victim if he comes near her. And he cannot have any contact with the woman, official says. Now, in April last year, farting was arrested in Florida on a misdemeanor charge of battery resisting an officer. He pled guilty to those charges. Then, in February of this year, he was arrested for burglary.
Why?
What the hell is this guy doing? Farthing's next hearing is August 27th. First off, why is the court so long-winded? Why can't we just have a court and why can't we have a hearing like the next day? Why does it have to be that way? I don't understand that. Anyway, so burglary, intimidation charge for something, battery resisting an officer, strangulation. I only count 3. Why is there 4? This is the 4th time. Yeah. So anyway, he's been arrested 4 times. And take a look at this guy. This guy is. Listen, I'm not the most beautiful person in the world. I can tell you that right now. But this guy is. Like.
All right.
I mean,
he's had a rough life.
Yeah. He's had a rough life, all right. Like, some Just for Men coloring maybe wouldn't be so bad. You got the bags on the eyes. He probably hasn't slept because he's keeping all the money in a pillowcase or something. Yeah. I mean.
Well, that goes to show you money can't buy happiness or change who you are. It just changes maybe how and what you buy or how you might treat people. You would hope it would be for good. But it's unfortunate. You would think, but that's so unfortunate.
And see, I have to disagree with you on that.
Okay.
Money does buy happiness. You know why? Here's the reason why behind my logic.
Okay.
Why do we work?
Oh, don't go there with me. Why do we work? Tell me.
To pay bills, to keep ourselves out of debt, or if we get in debt, have a way to pay off debt. Just a normal life. You're working half a third of your life, sometimes even more than that if you're doing more hours. So right there, having the money and investing it wisely and living off it, like I mentioned before, eliminates you having to get up and go to work every day. Now, does that make everything happier? No, but it makes it less stressful, which does make you happy.
It can.
It can.
Yeah.
When you go ahead and you have people harassing you, I get that's the trade-off. You're gonna have people saying, well, you owe me this, you owe me that, and then you're gonna have to look over your shoulder because, like I mentioned about identity theft, everybody's gonna want what you have. But if there was none of that, which there couldn't be, that if you kept it on the down low, like if I really went ahead and won, I would only tell my closest family, not even all my family, closest family. I would tell my closest family. I would go ahead and take care of my family.
Absolutely.
160, 70 million. I'm never going to spend that in my lifetime. I'm 48. I got type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. I don't know how much longer I got. But I know I don't have 160 something million dollars left in it. But I want to make sure everybody's covered. I want to make sure my son's covered. I want to make sure my sister is covered. I want to make sure my cousins are covered. I want to make sure my dad is covered. He's still alive. He's still kicking, and he's still working. That's even the worst part. So it's like I want to take care of everybody. So would that make everybody happy? Yes. Being able to take a cruise a month or a cruise every 2 weeks? Yes. I'd be happy.
That's what I would
I
spend
don't
it
know
on.
that I'd want to do it that often.
Okay. Cruise a month?
Every other
cruise,
month.
Maybe.
A cruise a quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. For 4 Disney cruises, 7 to 10 day, 14 days, a quarter. That's 90 days. That's 14, 15 days on cruises every 3 months. I can do that.
I'm in.
I'm definitely in on that. And it's I'm telling you, the lottery can be a blessing, but for whatever reason, people just don't know what the fuck to do. Excuse my language, but
Yeah, but it's just, what if they're innately not a happy person? Even, sometimes you can go through life and somebody thanks you, somebody might buy you a cup of coffee, and they still rip you apart and think negative thoughts. Do you really think money is going to change how a person feels about themselves and how they react to the world if they're not happy to begin with?
I get your point.
Okay.
You're right. There's people that have the emotional baggage of just being alive. They have the emotional baggage of living in this world that they hate. I get it. I get it. So yes, those people, you need to use the money wisely. If you hate the world that you're in, you need to buy 30 acres and build a nice big house with a whole bunch of stuff that you like there and just avoid everybody.
Keep everybody out.
Yeah. Big fucking wall, Walmart
Happiness
plus
comes
delivery,
with that. Yeah.
food. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to know how to, and like this guy probably didn't know he had a problem, but apparently he does. So just like an alcoholic or a druggie, you may not admit that you have a problem. So yes, in those particular instances, yes, I agree. Money's probably not going to solve everything or anything really. For myself, I know I have PTSD, a slight form of it, not heavy. Like I'm no sympathy. I have a slight form of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do suffer from depression. I do suffer from just being negative, and you don't hear it now, but I do have a tendency of being very negative and very cynical. So now, would that help me? Yes, because now I have a more positive outlook on life. I have a more positive, like there's light at the end of the tunnel. No, fuck that. I'm at the end of the tunnel. I've crossed over. That's how I would look at it. I have crossed over. Will I still be depressed? I don't know. Like I was telling this one over here, we need to move closer to Disney. I love Disney. She loves Disney. My son loves Disney. If we went at Disney almost all the time, I probably would be happy. Now, was that a lie? I don't know. Was that the truth? I don't know. But I feel it would be the truth. It will happen. I don't know. But I do know, and I feel this every time I think about this, which it's been often this jackpot goes extremely high, that if I ever did it, it would be done with a lot of good intentions. And a lot of life-changing events for people that I love and for people that are in my circle. And that's how I truly feel. I mean, Deb, if you went ahead and won, don't need to get into anything personal, but if you went ahead and won, would that change you for the better or for the worse?
Oh my God, for the better, because again, I have been working more than a third of my life. And while you have these great experiences and you learn a lot, it's not what life is all about. I just had a grandchild, and it's like, how often can I get myself down to Texas to visit them? They needed me. I had to be there for 5 weeks to help take care of my daughter-in-law. I said, I don't work. I don't live to work. I work. I can live, to your point. But I think for me, I would be spending more time with family. I would do more curling. Yes, I would buy that house. I would pay off everybody's debt. I would set up funds for everybody so that they didn't have to work. Chose to work. They can. Sometimes it's purposeful and you actually enjoy it. But working is not how I identify myself, and so many people do. So some people, they'll work until they're 65, 67, 72, and then when they're done, they may not live that long. I don't want that life. I mean, I am still very, very young right now. And if I had the opportunity to win the lottery, I may or may not show up on this show anymore, but I would live my life. I would travel, or, we would just do this for fun. Just do it for fun, not for any monetization, etc. I would continue to live my life more and more. And quite frankly, I have been manifesting that. I have been buying lottery tickets myself. So who knows, maybe the energy between the two of us here, we're both going to get real lucky. And if we do, we'll show up and Tell our audience because they care about us.
Well, I don't know how to tell my audience. I mean,
Oh, okay. We'll just like skip town and maybe Alyssa will run the show.
Yeah. There may be signs that I won the lottery, like all of a sudden I'm broadcasting from my Cybertruck or something like that, or from the moon. Yeah. We're coming live
trees,
from
who
the
knows?
moon. I'm sure there would be signs, but I take back what I said. I'm not going to go ahead and flaunt it. I'm going to go ahead and be very discreet as much as I can. But I want to get that money as quickly as I can. I did do research. Like, you don't really get the money until like 6 weeks later. Like, they have to do. It's just a pain in the ass to wait. Like, my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah,
It gives you time to shop.
well,
Start looking for that house. Start looking for the cars.
Near Disney World. Near Disney World.
Exactly.
I already found it. I already found the house. I know what house I'm getting. It's right there. It's right there next to Winter Haven. It's only like a 20-30 minute drive. Right now, we're 2.5 hours away. 20-30 minutes is fine. And it's a $2 million house, and it's got acreage. I'm good there. If we, again, person to mow the lawn, we'll get David.
Yeah, I was just going to say you need somebody to take care of the 2 acres.
Yeah, I'm not mowing the fucking lawn. No way. I mean, you know what? Maybe I'll be rich. I'll be rich enough. I will be rich enough, of course. If I did, if I won, I'd probably go ahead and get one of those big, self-turning mowers, but I'd modify it with like an enclosed cabin with air conditioning. Think I could do that? I should be able to do that.
There should be a way to
do that. Yes. If I did that, I had to have no problem mowing the lawn. I'd go ahead. Here's the thing. All right. Oh, think of this. Get one of those zero-turn mowers. Get the zero-turn mowers, and then you build the cabin with the AC.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll have like about 27-inch TV. So in case if I'm mowing the grass and the Patriots are playing, I could watch them. I'm serious. I have speakers inside. I mean, I could probably live there. And this is all from mowing the grass. Just imagine. Oh, we're definitely getting an RV. That's another thing too. We're traveling.
For what?
I don't
Where
know.
would you travel to? Where do you like to travel to?
I would just want to drive around. To be honest, I want to kind of go all over the place.
So would I.
Yeah. I mean,
I've told my husband, like, if we had the chance and we didn't have to work, I said, I've never gone to all the national parks my husband has with the Boy Scouts. I said, but I just want to see the country and just go at my own pace and drop in on family and just travel around for a month and then get me back home or to a nice hotel.
Yeah. I mean, so if we had the RV, we went up north to visit my dad and some friends I had up there. And it took us a couple of days back because I wasn't going to go ahead and do the whole 22-hour trip alone, just one shot, no way. So if I was like saying, if we had an RV, it would be a lot better. That way, we wouldn't have to rent a hotel or anything like that. But also, it came back to me. It's like, well, if we had an RV, you're only going to get like 8 miles a gallon to the gas. And it's like, yeah,
who
cares? Be a lot. It's going to be a lot. But you know what? At that point in time, I'll get an RV. A Tesla RV. Yes, they'll have a Tesla RV by then. I don't know. Yeah, that might be too much. Anywho, lottery tonight in about 3 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. 813-699-5595. Okay. We're going to go to break here soon. Coming back on the other side of the break. We do have Deb coming out. And she does have a little bit of a segment that she's going to go ahead and tell us about. We have another 10 minutes or so before we go and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Search. I thought we were going to maybe reach it. Oh, so this one here was big news. The Cracker Barrel CEO has officially stepped down a year after the whole rebrand debacle. So that is basically it. Let me see if this is the video. I'm not sure. If it's not, I promise I'll stop it right away. No, that's not it. It's an ad. Excuse me. It is. All right, let's see here.
Regain confidence. Virtual reality therapy.
No, I don't want that.
That's not it either.
That ain't it. From the Associated Press, Cracker Barrel CEO is stepping down after nearly a year after an attempted rebrand. Cracker Barrel said Monday that CEO Julie Massino will step down next month, but remain with the company until October 9th as an advisory capacity. Yeah, advisory like she did before. I advise that we're going to go ahead and make Cracker Barrel very bland and very shitty, and everything's going to look really garbagey, and it's not. Anyway, she's really good in advisory capacity then. David Dino, whoever the hell that is, will succeed her August 10th as CEO. Dino served as the CEO of Bloomin' Brands, which owns Outback Steakhouse. Listen, I'm okay with that. Outback Steakhouse, I like. I'm okay, David. Just make sure you keep the country store in there because, my God. Anyway. He also had executive roles at Best Buy and Yum Brands, which is the parent company of KFC and Taco Bell. Okay, so this dude's been around.
Yeah.
The Tennessee-based Cracker Barrel hired Marino, a longtime Taco Bell and Starbucks executive, in July 2020. Well, that was the problem. She's Starbucks. She was chosen for her record as an innovator with the hope she would attract new customers to Cracker Barrel, which operates nearly 660 restaurants in 43 states.
Who was she trying to attract?
She was trying to attract idiots. People that, she was trying to attract the people that have no taste or class.
Or respect for nostalgia or history or culture. When you blend it out, oh my God, can we go there?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
It's one of those things.
The same way.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, this country was built on culture and our different accents and our different foods and our quirkiness and our innovation and our being a bunch of yahoos, uncontrollable, etc. And if nothing else, Cracker Barrel kind of represents some of that backcountry, wholesome USA nostalgia, stuff that's kind of quirky, but it still resonates. My kids love it. I love it. It's interesting. It's fun. The food's okay, but it's a thing and it's an American icon. And as soon as you do that and bland it out, it's just like language. If you remove certain words from language, we can't say things this way, it is more proper to say this. When we start getting so politically correct and make these bland, you start erasing who we are as a people. Now, if they started if they made it more like playgrounds and stuff because we wanted to get more kids, they already had a good brand. And the thing that bothers me a little bit is she may be stepping down. The buck stops with her. But if you think about it, there was a lot of yes people along the way that agreed to it and implemented and executed it. Don't you think there might be something else that needs to be done within the organization to make sure it's not just the voice of one person totally turning a brand upside down? I wonder if this person, David's going to kind of look at the company and assess what do they stand for, what's their identity, and preserve what's there or evolve it and make it better. That's my 2 cents.
No, and I agree. I agree with that. So what you're saying is that Julie may not have single-handedly ruined Cracker Barrel or tried to ruin Cracker Barrel.
It takes a lot of captains to execute on it, and I don't know if they did the right market research. Did they listen to the customer? But when they should have known better, there was going to be such backlash. They obviously didn't do the research or market studies on this. That's just my take, my opinion.
I agree. There was a funny ass video that I'm really trying to find. It was basically like, "This is Julie, and we fucked up. And please don't stop coming, please." It was just funny.
And it's like a consolation prize still being, again, mind you, I don't know the person. I am sure they're a wonderful person. We're just judging from the backseat over here. But it's one of those things, then if It was such a disaster, and they had to retract everything. It's almost like a consolation prize, maybe part of her contract, to keep her on in some kind of advisory capacity. That does not shine well. That doesn't tell me that they've actually changed the company.
No, keeping her around kind of, it's like, what are you really punishing her for? I mean, she eventually is. So it did state here that she is going to step down and she's going to stay with the company until October 9th. So it looks like she's officially leaving the company, but until after she gets replaced on the 10th to October 9th, she's going to be an advisor.
It's respectful saying she's moved on to pursue other interests.
Yeah, go ruin somebody else's restaurant.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one to recover from. Again, I'm sure she's a brilliant person. She's earned the right to be at the helm, but sometimes we're blindsided or we don't listen or we just didn't do enough homework.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, Cracker Barrel's kind of gone downhill, to be honest with you. No, not all their locations. As a matter of fact, many of their locations have not rebranded. Some have. Okay. Some have gone to the all plain walls, no nostalgia, like you mentioned. Some of them have gone to that with the new Cracker Barrel logo without the old guy there with the barrel. Some of them have. Most of them haven't. However, I will say this, is that the reviews for Cracker Barrel have gone down as far as quality.
Really?
Their quality has suffered.
Then there's something else broken in the organization from a culture perspective, or yeah, that's a shame. That's an icon. I mean, when we go on road trips and there's a Cracker Barrel, that's where we'll stop just because it's familiar and it's a brand. It's a brand.
Yeah, it was a brand. It used to be a good brand because my wife always likes their fried apples. Like, that's the thing. It's like, yes, we're going to Cracker Barrel, we got to get the fried apples. But it's like now all their fixings, like the biscuits and the gravy, it's crummy. The mac and cheese is crummy. Their country fried steak is barely what it used to be. It's just there's a whole lot of degrade. Like, they're not even using their own recipes anymore. Now everything is just bland.
Well, that's a shame. I think David is going to have his work cut out for him to bring it back.
I think what his main point, though, I think he's going to have to do is just salvage any respectability. Hopefully, he tells everybody, it's like, all right, listen, we need to go back to pre-2023 because that's when shit was good. Now, I understand that over the past 3 years, food costs have gone up. The whole industry has cost more. So I understand if you have to cut some corners, and that unfortunately is either you cut corners and keep your prices reasonable, or you keep what you have and do quality, but people are paying for quality.
And if I could just enrich that, yes, obviously you need to make sure that the quality is good. People expect that. But you got to make it memorable because sometimes cost is not always the real issue why people do or do not. They go for the experience. Maybe they're, hey, when you go to Walmart, welcome to Walmart. And if you don't get that, it's like, where's my welcome to Walmart? There's something there that it's more of an experience. The rocking chairs, the old-fashioned toys, the little puzzle, the wooden games, all of that is part of an experience. And the kids love playing with the games and the soda pop, and all the great flavors. It's really about the experience and not necessarily about the cost. So like I said, if rebranding was the solution to improve their perception and market, I think they got it wrong. I think it starts with the people. What do they need to do to create that experience? And yeah, we can work on the food, the price, the efficiency, etc. So again, David's got a lot to do.
Yeah, he does. He needs a big broom, big dustpan, and it's time to get cracking, David. Time to get cracking. Good luck. You take over in less than a couple of weeks. So get to it there, whippersnapper. All right. good time to go ahead and actually pause for our mid-break. Make sure you go ahead and hang with us here. We got about 6 minutes of music, maybe a bit. And then coming on the way back on the other side of the hour, we got Deb and her in her segment that we got going on. She'll go ahead and explain it all to you when we come back. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hang on.
We need a break. Be back soon. This is the Charles Richardson Show.
This is crazy. You took me by surprise. It opened up my eyes. You said I'm drowning in this pain. You'll never be the same. This is crazy. This is crazy. You took me by surprise. It opened up my eyes. You saw me. Yes, you saw me. I'm trying in this pain. You'll never be the same. Lies been misunderstood by no one but me. I don't see what they see. My life's been a pilgrimage of tears, and I'm the only one who fears that I never did try. Like an empty vessel, caught distant land, maybe filled with sand, till the water seeps through, like my thoughts to you, like my thoughts to you. Roots bent and rent, my heart is spent and my soul tired, misplaced faith and not with haste. You deliberately place in me like an empty vessel, colorless and bland, maybe filled with sand, so the water seeps through, just like my thoughts to you, like my thoughts to you, like my thoughts to you.
But there's all these drugs, Zoloft, Prozac. I want to have one drug encompassing it all. Call it fuck it all. I don't feel anything. I don't want to do anything. Fuck it all. The closest thing to a coma you'll ever be. Fuck it all. I'm sitting here in my own dung. Fuck it all. But the scary thing about drugs like that is they always have some horrible side effect, like may cause artificial insemination. What? What do you mean? Like there's a product called Olestra, which is a very strange thing. Olestra? What is that? Well, it said on the little side of the chips, it said, may cause anal leakage. That's not a side effect. If my ass is going... I think that's an effect, really. I think if it's fire in the hole, bad day. If you're going, how you doing, Bob? Oh, just a little anal leakage, Ted. Bob, you want to get out of the pool right now?
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Search The Charles Richardson Show.
And we're back. Kind of a slow song there, but a little slow start. 813-699-5595. That is your number. You like it? Great. You don't? I don't care. Don't forget W Energy. W Energy, D-U-B-B-Y. Go to their website. First, your first order, use code Richardson Show and save 10% off. W Energy drink. No sugar or crap. W.GG. Energy. All right. Flying by the seat of our pants here, and Deb is going to go ahead and take it over. I don't have any intro music or anything like that. I'm sorry, Deb. I will go ahead and give you a slight applause. Deb's going to take over. She wants to go ahead and talk a little bit in regards to AI in the workplace. I believe I got that correct, right?
Yeah, but we're going to fly by the seat of our pants. We're going to change it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, without further ado, here is Deb.
Woohoo! So thank you. And you know what? When I was doing a little bit of research, and yes, I was using AI, a little bit of Chat GPT to help inspire me a little bit. I said, what do I want to talk about? Well, obviously, a big topic is AI. AI is going to disrupt the world, steal our jobs, and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, everybody is talking about that. And while I have a lot of talking points, I said, you know, nah, I'm not going to talk about all of this and just kind of share some personal thoughts on this. And again, please jump in if you agree or disagree. But I will tell you, a couple years ago when I was being interviewed on podcasts, like, what about AI? Is that going to disrupt the workforce? We're going to be lay people off. It is the end of the world. And as if you get to know me, I'm like, nah, I don't agree with that. And one of the things that really bugs me is that as soon as there is something different or a disruptive technology or some kind of world crisis, all the narratives are out there, making people scared and be skeptical and worried about what's coming, the tsunami that's coming. And then there's a lot of people that are getting very rich telling you how to fix it or to be scared of it or how to prepare for it, just like a pandemic and all that stuff. It it is true. AI is disruptive, but what I think the greater question is, what then can we do with this technology? I mean, come on, we had the Industrial Revolution, fire was invented, we got the wheel, all disruptive. Did humanity die? No. But quite frankly, it's just another tool, it's another piece of technology. And it's really about what do we do with this? So and what do we do with this? We figure out how to stay rich, how to invest our money, just like you said you were doing, Charles. You asked AI, what should I do
That's
to
right.
keep my wealth? So it's a very valuable tool, whether it's Claude or Chat GPT or what have you. But what I think what's really interesting, and I did do a little bit of research, Price Waterhouse Cooper said that it was really interesting. A couple years ago, we were all worried that AI was going to replace people. But really, what we should be talking about, and this is what I was saying, is like what human skills might be more valuable because of AI. Because obviously, we got to work a little bit different. We got the super smart computer over here giving us the answers to everything. So, what then do we do? So, it's really a different question that I really want people to not be so scared of this technology. It's like, how do we embrace it? Now, some very smart people from the Financial Times said, you know what? We need to do something a little bit different rather than being scared of it and we're going to lose our jobs. Let's be a little bit more positive. I'm a positive person. I'm not a negative Nancy or Debbie Downer or anything like that. But it's like being a workforce orchestrator is like the next hot job. I said, that is so interesting. What companies need to do is it's not be scared of the technology, but what do we as humans need to do differently because the technology exists? It's not going away, it's accelerating. So, again, what do we need to do differently because it's here to stay? The Tesla RV that you're going to get, it's going to be here someday. We shouldn't be scared of it. We're driving a anyway, that's another story. So it's one of those things that as leaders, again, I'm all about leadership. Again, what can we do to unleash people's potential? That is leadership. And again, I think possibly, the helm at Cracker Barrel, we were talking about them before, maybe didn't exude the best leadership when it came to changing the brand. So hopefully they didn't have an AI engine that gave them the wrong information. But anyway, it's like, what do we need to do differently? And so I really think it takes a hard look. What do humans do? Humans think. Now, can AI help us think a little bit faster? Absolutely. But what does that do for us? It helps us to be able to do more things that maybe those computers can't do, can be a little bit more creative or create the next journey to Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, or what have you. That's what this does for us. So, what we as leaders need to do is understand, well, what do humans do that's unique that the computers still can't do? What does AI do for us? And then how do we make these two work together? I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, when Columbus or the Vikings came over to the US and you got a bunch of Indians over here, rather than like fighting and killing each other, eventually there was harmony. And the pilgrims did break bread with the Indians. How could we do things together? So, I mean, that's really one of the things I want to say, but there is a caveat to this. We can embrace AI technology, but I have a firsthand experience where AI needs guardrails because we got some up and coming, really smart young professionals that are leveraging AI. And I'm a latecomer, but I'm leveraging AI for my business, even tonight's topic. But it's one of those things, unless we give guardrails and rules on how to take advantage of it to a benefit, it can be the wild, wild west and people use it improperly. Now, case in point, I had a particular client that had an audit and they didn't have certain procedures in place. So the young buck went on his computer and quickly generated a procedure that didn't exist when the auditor wasn't looking. And he says, here's our procedure. I found it. And the next thing you know is this happens to be an ice cream factory, and the language is about seafood and dog food and things like that. They didn't read it on what it actually said. It looked pretty, but if you don't read it for context to make sure there's accuracy, because it's still wrought with mistakes, that's when we can run into trouble, when we don't apply the human element and some common sense to does it actually make sense. So that's what we as leaders need to do. Hey, go ahead and accelerate and write 10 procedures for me in 10 minutes, fine. But please read it over. Make sure it's accurate. That's what leaders need to do. And so when I think about this, and we think about the future of AI and leaders, do we even need consultants anymore? I don't know. You can ask AI anything you want. Quite frankly, I don't need a branding manager anymore. I don't need a marketing manager. I've been having all kinds of conversations with chat. I could better give it a name. And I'm getting my whole marketing plan. I'm getting social media posts for me. I really don't need certain people anymore. But at the end of the day, I have to think of, does it represent me? Is it really showing my voice and my image and the information I want to put out there? Because if we use the information, it's a reflection of us. And so we have to constantly be thinking about that a little bit. But what I want to just say here is that I've used it to my advantage. I've accelerated written procedures. I had a client that said I needed to be certified in 3 months. And gosh, by golly, I had to use AI to make that happen. But here's the difference. When the auditor showed up to look at our procedures and look at our systems, oops, we had some mistakes in our factory. We didn't look pretty in certain areas. Again, this was our first time out of the box. But here's what happened. Even though I had all these nice, pretty procedures, but they found some problems, I was still able to articulate how we had implemented the procedures. And I showed them that, yep, we made a few mistakes. But I showed them the confidence that even though we may have used some AI technology procedures, I showed them that we were confident in what we were doing and will make the necessary improvements. We didn't get as bad a score as we could have gotten because the human factor was interfacing with another human to explain the context, the history, our intention, versus just regurgitating information. And so I think there is a lot of value to using the technology. I've seen it work well and not work so well. But at the end of the day, what do people really care about? What they care about is they need leadership. They need context. They need wisdom and judgment. And that's what customers and people really care about. Honestly, at the end of the day, humans still rule or run the world. AI is just a tool for us. And that's my 2 cents.
Well, thank you very much. And listen, a lot of good points. A lot of personal points on that in regards to your experience with AI. So definitely, we thank you very much for that. Here's my rebuttal on that one.
Absolutely.
I think AI is still a baby. So yes, it does need human interaction. It does need human input. But here's the problem. And the problem that I don't know how big of a movie fan you are of certain movies, but Terminator 2 would be the perfect example. Everything modified, it enhanced, and everything got beyond what we thought could happen. I have a feeling that yes, we still need to manage AI right now. It does need guardrails, but with all the algorithms that it gets and as smart as it becomes on its own, that's where we may lose track of it. It has to be nurtured. It has to be cared for. Otherwise, if we lose control of it, it can be what ends up replacing everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's certain things that can't be done. Obviously, a chef has to still cook the food. Yes, Cracker Barrel still has to have chefs to cook the food. Robots, I don't think are going to be that perfect. You still need the human interaction. You're still going to need, people to do certain jobs, but I do think AI can and could replace some of them. Like, talk about the radio industry. That's already getting shorter and shorter. Like, the voice tracks are getting shorter and shorter. AI is getting shorter. AI, for crying out loud, I believe is coming up with a Paul Walker at the next, Fast and Furious, 755 or something like that. They're coming up with an AI Paul Walker
Coming back from the dead.
Exactly. They did this with another actor who couldn't do the movie, but signed his rights away for his voice and his likeness.
I want to go there.
And had AI do it.
Well, they did that with the new Toy Story movie.
That's what I meant. Yep.
Yeah. Tom Hanks did not contribute really to it. They used AI to recreate his voice.
So imagine that. Woody from Toy Story. Okay, so not physical appearance, but voice.
Yeah.
So Woody, they went ahead and typed in a script and had Tom Hanks AI generated voice do the movie. Who the hell says that anybody has to be, especially a voice actor now, who says anybody has to be there anymore? As long as they sign their rights away.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, I've actually been looking for voice acting jobs. I've narrated my own book. I've been looking to be a narrator of other people's books, but there's a lot of them out there that they want to clone my voice for other AI applications, call centers. And I'm saying to myself, oh no, this voice, your voice, don't take this away from me. I am not signing up for those gigs.
Yeah, exactly. And who's to say that they just can't do it behind your back? I mean, let's even let's dive into another subject real quick. And this is not for a financial gain, at least not yet. But I know a couple of people who have song editing software or song making software, who use AI with a voice. Doesn't have to be a famous voice, just somebody that speaks clearly and has a singing voice like this, just whatever. Type in lyrics, and all of a sudden, after 15 minutes, 20 minutes of toying around with it, you got a 3-minute song.
It's kind of
cool. And that's who the artist is? Artist is AI. There is no artist. There's no copyright involved in that because it's AI. And that's where it gets dangerous, because you're saying it needs guardrails. I think some of the technology is already off the rails. It hasn't affected us quite as hard yet, but I don't know. I don't know if there is a plan to contain it, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, one of the things that was coming to mind is that movie War Games, where the computers took over and they were starting to fire missiles at each other's country, and nobody was controlling it. It just kind of took over.
Yep. I mean, it was basically a simulation. It wasn't really any but I believe at the very end, that they put launch codes in and it actually did send out a threat. But it's those movies predicting the future. That's I don't want to be negative. I think AI could be done with a lot of good. A lot of thinking on your feet faster, getting information quicker. Definitely a lot of benefits there. But when does the benefit become a disadvantage? When does it become a disadvantage? We got to keep it as a benefit. We got to stay ahead of the status quo, because if we fall behind it, what good are we?
We don't know what reality is. And when people can't discern reality, people will, I've read books on this, when there's too much information or confusing, conflicting information people can't trust, what is the reality, then people then fall victim to following people that appear to be leaders that are going to lead us to the other side through this battle. And sometimes bad things happen. Not a negative person, but it can happen.
and we already have this going on record in the news, for crying out loud. And one of the articles I was wanting to bring in is about Dr. Fauci, who was at a hearing about COVID. And what did we hear about COVID? Oh, the virus was found in China, came over here. We heard it was man-made, and we heard it's from this, we heard it's from that. We have so many different pinpoints of where it originated from. Nobody knows shit. Nobody knows anything, and it's like, how do we know what to trust?
I know.
It's scary. Again, not to be negative, AI can be done great, but when does great become, oh boy, boy,
a threat?
Yeah. So, but thank you again. That was insightful. It's definitely something that it's not perfect right now. It's not, and there is holes. Like you mentioned, you experienced it where there was holes in the project that you were looking at doing. So I still think it needs to be babied.
Yeah, coached. How to best use the information. Again, that's all leadership. Again, leadership is about navigating uncertainty and using the best information you can based on the current conditions to guide people. Left alone, people can make mistakes, do the wrong things based on the information. So again, leadership is really important. Setting rules, setting policies, setting protocols in place just so we can continue to nurture it and evolve it. Again, it's like bringing up a child. Parents have rules and guardrails so that they try to make the best mistakes. They still get hurt along the way, but hopefully you have a responsible product, child, citizen of the world doing good things. So again, that's what we have to do, is just be good stewards of the technology, and hopefully it takes off in the right way.
Yeah, nothing's ever going to be perfect, but let's try not to make it too perfect. All right. So like I mentioned about Dr. Fauci, he actually was brought into a Senate hearing on the origins of COVID-19. Again, where did it come from? What happened? And what I really found fascinating is this genius, so to speak, supposed to be the savior of guiding us through the COVID pandemic, takes the fifth, pleads the fifth on every fucking question. Doesn't want to say anything. Why is that, Dr. Fauci? Why is that? I don't understand where he's going with that. Why he's trying to do any of that. I mean, you're here you're supposed to be trying to help Americans. You're supposed to be trying to help the world with this COVID thing. We looked up to you for knowledge and leadership, to be honest with you. And he's over here playing the fifth. So,
yeah.
That's where you can't trust the news. You can't trust anything. He's been so rare. I mean, he was like elbow to elbow with Trump in his last presidency, and then all of a sudden it's like now Trump hates him. Like, who do you trust?
I mean, yeah, it's a shame because, again, you have respective people in education, academia, think tanks like that. And I truly believe most of them are trying to do good or warn the world if they see bad things coming. But you can't help but wonder by pleading the fifth. Again, I'm sure he's done good work over his career, but I start thinking about it. Is he protecting a lot of other people? Because it couldn't have been a one-man show. It was an engine running to manage this for good for worse. So he's probably protecting some things. And again, it's probably more shoes are going to drop, not just his.
We hope so. And like I say, him to get to the point where he's at, I'm sure he did some good. He had to. Why would you be in that position to where you're all eyes on you? You're the most famous doctor in America, and yet you're pleading the fifth. Whatever. Let's move on to something a little bit less light, more lighthearted than AI or Fauci. So you had mentioned that you just had a granddaughter that was
granddaughter. Yeah.
First off, congratulations.
Thank you. She's lovely.
One of the things that was up here on the Huffington Post is how often should kids bathe? Now, I know the immediate question is like, every day, we got to bathe every day. You got to be clean and squeaky clean. Is that true? Really? Do we have to do it? But the question is, how often should kids bathe, and why is it's more than just the smell? So it says here in the article, when it comes to bathing little ones, no one can seem to agree on how often we should be doing it. Lots of parents swear by a nightly bath to help kids squeaky clean and settle them before bed. Now others don't want to be doing all that, especially those with toddlers who spend 15 minutes coaxing them into bath, then have to spend another 15 minutes coaxing them out of the bath. So it's like, but if you have kids like us, like an 11-year-old kid that we have, somebody that's a little bit more self-reliant, sort of. I mean, you still want to be there parenting them, but anyway. But some parents will both shower their kids every other night. Others once or twice a week, while some, like actors Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, will wait until the kids are physically grubby or quote, wait for the stink, like Dak Shepard and Christian Bell, to throw them in the tub. I don't know if that's that. It seems like there is no right or wrong answer, but for those who are relying on a single wash each week because water bills and environmental and time, blah, 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 rest assured, it's not doing them any harm. In fact, bathing daily could be more of a problem because some studies have found it can lead to dry and irritated skin. Professor Sally Bloomfield from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine previously told BBC Radio 5 that washing too much can strip the body of its self-regulating microbiome, which helps control oil levels in the skin. She was quoted as saying, in my opinion, we don't need to bathe and shower every day. In fact, we don't need to bathe and shower at all. I would disagree with that. But anyway, she is the professor. She goes on and says, there are microbes on our body that produce nasty odors, but they're not harmful to us. And the reason we bathe and shower is that we want to get rid of these odors and want to feel comfortable. Yeah. The article continues, but kids don't need to develop body odor until puberty starts and their hormones change. Well, we're getting there with our ones. Official bodies don't seem to think there's an issue with daily bathing. For example, the American Academy of Dermatology Association suggests for children aged 6 to 11, it says taking a daily bath is fine. They do, however, say it's not always necessary and suggest kids of this age need a bath at least once or twice a week. Continuing on, there are, of course, instances where you'll need to bathe your child more times a week. For example, if they've been splashing around in mud or wearing sunscreen in the summer or mosquito spray, or if they've been in a swimming pool or the sea, you want to do that. For children with eczema, is that it?
Eczema. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Allergy UK recommends a daily bath or shower as cleansing, which is using a complete enrollment therapy regime, can help put moisture back into the skin as well as removing bacteria, allergens, and irritants that build up during the day. Of course, implementing a regular bath time isn't always about cleanliness. Research from Johnson's Baby and Avena Baby have found 86% of families say bath time is an important part of the little one's routine, with structure, 47%, and sleep, 72%, being cited as the main reasons for this. Same study found 61% of the parents feel guilty if their child misses a bath, and more than half, 54%, of those surveyed said they regularly sacrifice their own bath or shower in order to give the little ones. As for babies, in your daughter's case, or son's case, I'm sorry, I figure which
son's, new daughter. Yeah.
As far as babies, the NHS suggests parents don't need to bathe them every day either. The health service does caveat through that if they really enjoy it, there's also no reason why you shouldn't. So, ladies, I'll go to you. How often did you bathe your son or daughter? Now, I know how often we bathe ours. Usually it's every other day.
Alyssa, you want to take that or you want me to go?
Well, I mean, he just said it. It's usually about every other day.
We bathe our son every other day, but he's 11. And sometimes it is other days where he comes home sweaty. It's like, okay, you're getting the bath. We don't care if you had one yesterday. So those are the off times. Go ahead, Deb. What do you?
It depends on where your kids you are at in life. When it came to smelly socks and soccer shoes and dirty bags of sports equipment, oh my, it had to be every day. Because it's just wretched. And I think they too themselves just don't appreciate that smell. Now, on the other side, I always have multiple opinions here. From a conspiracy theorist perspective, I think it's just a ploy for the personal care industry to be able to sell more product by saying you need to wash daily. On the other hand, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, if you're not dirty, smelly, or anything like that, it's not necessary. Because I know too, I used to wash my hair every day. I have very oily skin and very oily hair. But I found out that I was constantly having dry skin. And as soon as I didn't do it as often, I don't think I was as oily. It kind of got to a point where it wasn't. So I think it's a little bit of the marketing industry saying you need to. But I do believe wholeheartedly with that routine. It is a transition point. You come home from work, you come home from a sporting event, you just need to transition. Sometimes the shower is more for a mental thing, not necessarily for the cleanliness thing. So I don't agree that people need to shower, bathe every single day, unless it's during one of those times in your life where, gosh darn it, I was in Texas visiting last time. You walk outside, you're just so sweaty. I was taking 2 showers a day because I couldn't stand myself. So a little bit too much personal information there, but it's just
no,
gross.
I get it. It's the same thing working out here. Sometimes it couple of days a month ago was like 97, 98 degrees, and we have 99,000% humidity here in Florida. Yeah, it's sticky, icky, and like you just want to get back inside to throw on the AC as hard as you can. But in those particular instances, absolutely, you feel nasty, sweaty, whatever. You gotta take a shower. You gotta.
Well, and that's the thing too with our son is like during the summer, he's getting more showers because he stinks. But when it gets a little cooler, maybe not so much, depending on how he's doing and if he needs it or not. But the other thing with him is a bath or a shower is not going to calm him down for sleep. It actually does the opposite.
Really? Wow.
So we have struggled with that for a while, where we're like, he needs a shower, but do I really want to give it to him? Because he's going to get all amped up, and then it's hard to get him in bed.
Yep.
So you do it in the morning. Get him amped up for the day.
Yeah, and then he goes to camp, and then he gets kicked out of camp. I can't do that, unfortunately. I wish we could, but no, that doesn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. Hey, keeping on the kid topic. By the way, Macho JH, he wanted to say hi before. I totally missed him. How you doing, Macho?
How you doing? Okay.
Good afternoon, good evening, whatever. We're doing good. But keeping on the kitty subject, there's another. This is a Yahoo News here. So teachers have asked kids one silly question before class, and according to this, which I don't believe, I think this is AI generated, behavior problems have dropped 50%. One question, one silly question. I want to know what the hell this question is. Every class, every day, our teachers start with connection before content. For 30 seconds, we ask students something simple, like their favorite pizza topping or makes them happy. Teachers are encouraged to take a softer general approach to general focusing on building positive relationships with students first and connecting behaviors second. Now, Alyssa, who is an RBT that handles I just lost my focus. Handles troubled kids that can suffer from autism and ADHD, severe ADHD, and stuff like that. I would like to know. You've been in class now.
Yeah.
Are they doing anything like this where they're asking just a silly question just to like off the top and just see what happens?
No.
So, what do you see as work that's worked best in your time of experience with trying to get kids to focus?
So what they're talking about is actually something that we do every day in my line of work is building a rapport with the kids. So they're asking them personal questions, and it may seem silly to an adult who's looking at it from the outside, but it's making a connection with the kids. So you're getting to know them, you're getting to be their friend. And when they see you as a friend or somebody who's reinforcing, who is fun to be around, then they're going to be more likely to listen to you and to do what you're asking them to do.
So yeah, so basically it's like, like it said there, they're trying to make a personal connection, trying to go ahead and make it fun, or at least because I think when you go ahead, if you're in school, because it was for me, it was very overwhelming. Like I'm stepping into this prison with a whole bunch of different classrooms and all these wardens that I have to go see, aka teachers. And they're going to want my homework, and they want me to do this work, and they want me to learn this and that. There's at no point in time, it's like, we want you to feel comfortable. No, you need to study this. And when was this war? And what did this happen? And what's the correct chemical to use in this bomb that we're going to show you how to make? And no, it wasn't like that. So it's like, there was a lot of stress. There was a lot of like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
we got to go ahead and ramp up and stress out even more. But yeah, in this case here, it's like, it's kind of like an icebreaker.
Exactly.
Like, say like you're going on a date, you're trying to break the ice, trying to make it fun, because both of you, kind of tense. Like, what do I want to see? What do I want to say? It's, just, you don't know. And of course, with kids with some social issues, you want to make sure, you do want to make sure that they're comfortable. And that's one way to do it, I think. Am I wrong on that?
I think again, this is what sometimes messed up in some school systems. It's all about passing the test and getting the highest scores. And if that's the outcome that we're trying to achieve, then many school systems are successful at doing that. But then you lose a certain percent of the students, and they can't make the grades. They don't test very well. So then, do you write them off as troublemakers or problems or attention issues? I think I agree with that. We have to put a little bit of humanity in it. I know some of my best teachers in my hardest subjects would always supplement with something like, they would tell stories, or if they were teaching a new concept, they would bring something as an example, because it's all about connecting with people. Maybe some people need rules, some people learn in different ways. So I think it's necessary, because again, students are under a lot of pressure from home, from sports. Maybe they didn't get enough sleep last night. It is a lot of pressure on them. They need to see and understand that you care about them, not to make it easy. They still have to follow the rules, but just show that you care. And I know, for example, my nephew had ADHD, and he stayed with us for a summer. And they always said, "Like, he's a problem, and you have to put him in timeout, and you just have to how to handle him." And my husband would just kind of joke around with him and kind of look him in the eye and giggle and kind of make fun and make some. But then he says, "Joey, these are the rules. We do this at this time. We have dinner. No technology at the table." And guess what? He was not a problem at all that summer. No evidence of ADHD, because he cared enough to say, "I care about you, but here are rules." And so I just think we just have to make an effort in some ways to just connect with people, because people are not robots. They're human beings. So
nice.
Yeah. Don't get me on
final.
this education system.
No. We're not going to dive down that rabbit hole. No way.
No.
I have my own opinion. We could talk a whole show on that.
Absolutely.
Last topic before we go ahead and take our final break. Then we got Alyssa's good news coming up. Apple has launched a new iPhone lease program. Wait, so you mean to tell me they're leasing out iPhones now? They're not. I mean, I don't understand how that it works. You just give the iPhone back when you're done. I don't understand that. Because if it's what I think it is, you're just basically leasing out you're buying out the phone at the end of the lease. Like you just have it for 2-3 years. You're still paying off on it. It's nothing different than buying a phone from T-Mobile and just paying it off over 24, 30, 36 months. That's what I'm saying.
I wonder though if it is like you make payments on it, but then when the new one comes out, okay, well, I want to upgrade to the new one, so then you send yours back and get the new one.
So let's dive into that. So the company launched Apple Upgrade on Tuesday, a program that lets U.S. customers lease iPhones, iPads, Macs, and Apple Watches for a monthly fee instead of purchasing them. Unlike installment financing, customers won't automatically own the device after making their monthly payments. At the end of the lease term, they can return it, upgrade to a new model, or buy it with a one-time payment. The program, a partnership with buy now, pay later company Klarna, will be available online and in store, replaces the Apple iPhone upgrade program, expanding to more devices with new pricing structure. So Apple Watches, iPhones, and are available with 12 or 24-month leases, while iPads and Macs can be leased for 24 to 36 months. Or 36 months, excuse me. Customers must undergo a soft credit check, which means I'm denied it automatically. Though Apple says it won't affect their credit scores. That's a bunch of bullshit. There are no down payments or additional fees associated with the monthly lease payment. However, Apple says customers may incur fees. Oh, shocker by Apple. May incur fees if they upgrade early or cancel their lease before the term ends. Eligible products include all iPhone models except the 16. Why? I don't know. Along with MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, iMac, Mac Studio, iPad Pro, iPad Air, iPad Mini, Apple Watch Extra, Apple Watch Series 11. How much would the iPhone leases cost? The payments, get this is not bad. Monthly iPhone lease payments range from $17.99 to $31.99, which is a lot cheaper than what you would normally pay monthly to own one. Now, a standard iPhone 17 costs $33.29 a month to buy, but through the 24-month installment plan, compare with a $22.99 a month lease to the same period, the trade-off that customers who lease the device won't own it after 2 years of payments. So it sounds like it's a better alternative if you're looking to see how the iPhone works. Maybe you want to give it a test spin, something like that. It doesn't seem like it's going to cost an arm and a leg. Apple says the new leasing program gives customers a more flexible way to pay for the products they love. I don't know about love, but also offers strategic benefits for the company. The lower monthly payments could help soften the blow if Apple raises prices, offering customers a lower cost entry point to the company's latest devices. Leasing also encourages customers to upgrade on a fixed schedule at a time when many are holding on to their phones longer than they should or used to. Customers always want the latest and greatest. Yeah, so I'm like,
I'm scratching my head here because go ahead, yeah.
One user wrote, "You'll own nothing and be happy." I don't get that. Like, you're gonna put 24 months of payments and you own nothing. I don't see the benefit of that at all. So
it's kind of, yeah.
I think it's just another way of Apple to make money. We're going to take your money, and then you're just going to give us back the phone. Sure, it's a couple of $100 less over the time, but you're giving us back the phone. Thank you, you jerk. We suckered you into more money. Ha ha. That's how I think. I mean,
putting lipstick on a pig. They packaged it and made it look good to the consumer. That, hey, your payments are lower.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a little bit about control. They control your spending. It's another way to have control over what we do.
Apple is just an evil operation. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, even though I got one right here.
Yep. Oh, man. All right. We are going to go ahead and take a quick one-song break, about 3 minutes. We're going to come back with Alyssa's good news and end the show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Wrapping up the show with Alyssa's good news after a short break.
When I found out I had atrial fibrillation, a serious but highly treatable heart condition, first thing I thought of was who would take care of my wife and children if anything were to happen to me. My doctor recommended Prevactin. I had a lot of questions, so I did some research. It turns out Prevactin is the #1 recommended drug for Crohn's disease. I think my doctor's trying to kill me and steal my wife.
Doctors. They'll stop at nothing to get your wife.
All right, we're almost to the end. Here's Alyssa's good news on the Charles Richardson Show.
All right. Welcome to my home. All right, let's get right to it here. So let's end the show on a positive note there with Alyssa.
A dad turned weekly library trips with his daughter into a beloved community event. Once upon a time, a little town called Atlanta, there was a dad who decided on on a lark to take his 4-month-old baby girl to the library. He didn't know at the time, but Georgia native had planted the magic bean that would grow into a giant beanstalk of brotherhood and paternity, known simply as the Library Dads. Kari Arnold founded the group after his weekly outings with his daughter Aria became a keystone in his relationship with her. Not only did it become their special time together, but Arya showed signs of developing those early literacy skills so vital to success and satisfaction in all walks of life. Arnold thought other dads might want to find camaraderie in the activity and began inviting fathers in the community with children of any ages to participate. Now, when the dads descend on a local library, Arnold's mission and message is clear for all to see. Dads show up. Bonding through books and building brotherhood, the alliterative message is simple, powerful, and a cherished chapter in dozens of Atlanta Dads Day planners. It was eye-opening to see other dads like myself who are engaged, and it was motivating as well. Cassell Scott, father of a 3-year-old girl named Amael? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway.
Was he a male?
No, it's a girl.
Did he get email? Or did she get...
No, it's spelled Amahle.
Yeah,
anyway.
a male.
That's all I could figure. All right, anyway. Lampkin has been bringing his sons Dominique and Tristan to the library dad events for the past year and has started bringing his 7-month-old daughter, Madeline Sophia, as well. We continue coming back because it shows my boys that dads show up, Lampkin said. They're there and it's a good community. The library dads events are free but often fill up quickly. That's the good news.
All right.
Wonderful.
Well, no, excellent. Always like that very much. Woo! All right, guys. Don't forget to like and share the show, Facebook and YouTube. Either way you do it, search The Charles Richardson Show. You can find us on Facebook on the page and on YouTube on our channel. Just go ahead and like them. We actually got done a little bit earlier than I expected. Hold on, let me see if I can fish something out here. Okay. This is a little silly, but we don't have a lot of time left anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Costco is adding some food to their menu, and I don't know how good these are, but Texas Roadhouse rolls. Now I know the Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster, they're good.
Yeah.
Well, you like the rolls at
Cody's?
Yeah, at Cody's. I'm sure it's something similar to that.
These look more cornbreadish. Here,
Oh.
let me show you what they look like. I mean, these look like cornbread. And they're doing it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It looks like very cornbreadish.
Mm-hmm.
Honey cinnamon glaze, according to this one, the mini rolls, they're selling them for under $8. Now, this is the package. This is not in their cafe like a lot of people think it is. No, this is a box or a package of Texas Roadhouse mini rolls. So for under $8 for 24 rolls, that's like, I can't do the math. 30 cents a roll. Yeah, about 30 cents a roll.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's good or not. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Texas Roadhouse. I've been to Cody's Roadhouse, not Texas. They don't have a Texas Roadhouse down here. At least not in this area. You ever been to Texas Roadhouse, Deb?
I think so. No, I've been thinking Outback Steakhouse. I don't think I've been to a Texas Roadhouse, but I guess the the corn muffins are really good. It was worthy putting in Costco.
I guess. I don't know. Anybody want any personal items of Colonel Sanders, the KFC founder?
I love KFC.
apparently the actual Colonel, Harold Sanders, you can actually, there's some things on auction like his original pressure cooker, black bow tie, as well as former home and restaurant are up for grabs on an auction. Online bidding concludes with a live in-person auction. Blah, blah, blah.
That's American nostalgia. That should be in the Cracker Barrel.
Yes. 5,000 square foot home. Yes, I want it. That's what I'm going to buy when I go ahead and win the lottery tonight. That's perfect. That's what I said. That's what I want. It doesn't say where. What the hell? One of Sanders' signature black bow ties is up for auction. The highest online bid for it is more than $2,000 on Monday for a bow tie. Oh my God. He adopted the Colonel, the clothes, the bow tie, the glasses, everything. He didn't dress like that before he was starting to build Kentucky Fried Chicken, but he adopted the whole Colonel gimmick, and it kicked ass. I mean, he's got his face everywhere.
So you hire that CEO to brand the company.
Exactly. Bring him from the dead. Oh my man. The men's group.com.
It's iconic, and they better not change it.
The menacegroup.com is the bid. Harlan bow tie. Oh my God. Bow tie and suspenders sold for $8,000. Personal cufflink set, $2,200. This is the selling price. I want to try to get to the house. Original cash register $5,100, and yes, it's like you'd imagine, those big buttons with the jackpot lever. Yes, it's that way. Holy cow! I don't have enough time to get to the freaking house. Whatever, but yeah, I can imagine that house. I'll do some research. I'll get to it next week.
Yeah, it's those darn people that won the lottery that can afford to buy those things.
Oh, here it is. Pressure cooker, $1,850, and so it's one of those little pots that look, crazy. Anyway, all right, we gotta get out of here on time.
Mm-hmm.
Deb, you made it. Thank you very much.
I survived. How did I do?
Well, I'll talk to you off air as soon as we're done here. Stay here, and I'll get to you wherever we're done.
It was so much fun. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Everybody else, take care. Have a great morning in Australia. Have a great rest of your evening here in the States, and everywhere in between, of course. Bye-bye.
Fly too high, get to see the light. Yeah, it's true.